Do you find that now, because I mean, it seems like, raw powerlifting is much more popular, whereas maybe 10, 20 years ago, a lot of people wearing the suits and everything. I mean, I know people still are, but it seems less popular now. Do you
For
find
sure.
that raw lifters really need to focus on top range of motion a lot and do as much tricep work compared to, I mean, certainly not as much compared to a gear lifter, I'm sure.
Definitely not as much as gear lifting, but there are some people. So I think with raw benching, the name of the game is going to be building explosive power off your chest. Because if you look at the bench press, it has an ascending strength curve, initially. So it's going to be harder off the bottom
Right.
as but that can change. So like being aware of that, we can emphasize really building that bottom end power. Then eventually it could become we're a problem at the top again, and then you could work it with accommodating resistance. But it's a totally different animal than gear lifting because gear lifting now, a lot of it's getting just, comfortable in the groove of the gear. So you're going to be, totally, you're going to have to build that top end strength if you're going to, because the shirt's basically going to do, the bot, because a lot of people say that the shirt doesn't change the strength curve of the lift, but it absolutely does
Sure.
because, it's basically doing it off the bottom for you, but then you're all of a sudden you're going to be locking that weight out and be pretty much naked, having to actually do it yourself.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that top end strength, it doesn't matter if you bench press 600 and you have the strength to rock out 615 if 900 is on the bar. I mean,
Right.
you're not gonna lock it out if you don't build that strength.
Right. Yeah. My old coach, I don't know if you know him, John Pinder, and he'd competed for a long time, and he had mentioned how he had 675 on the bar per bench,
Yeah.
and his shirt was so tight he actually could not touch his chest to bring that 675, and that's why he failed the lift. Which is, I think anybody who's not familiar with geared lifting, that's just a crazy concept that you could have that much weight and still not bring it down. So that kind of emphasizes how much it helps at the bottom.
I have a personal story about that. So I wasn't always into raw lifting. I'd competed in gear before. So one day I went out to try some Inzer shirts, and one of them wasn't. It was a Phenom shirt, and that's by far not the most extreme shirt because we're talking like I'd say at least 16 years ago, but probably 2002, maybe even end of 2001, and there was like 765 on the bar, and my best raw bench at the time would have been like a 545, and best bench in shirt about 600. And I remember just taking that weight down at 765, and it was like 2 inches off my chest, and just sat there and
It just wouldn't move.
trying to pull it down at that point, and this kind of stuff, and it just wouldn't move. So
yeah, I've actually heard that's another reason why, in addition to the tricep work, some back work is more emphasized too, just to almost row the weight into you, which is crazy. But yeah,
I had a shirt before also. This was like in the late 90, like 99, just split down the middle. Was in five before.
Wow.
Yeah, and luckily I wasn't hurt because that's the better thing about shirts now is they're more highly better constructed. So but that used to be not common, but people would actually split the shirts down. So I guess it didn't matter as much because if you're only lifting like 10% above your max, you can eccentrically control it enough where you're probably not going to kill yourself. Where now your 750s on, your max is 425 and it rips. Good luck.